Hi, this is Twisted Granny Tarot. This is Sherry, and thanks for tuning into my channel today. This reading is for Virgos for the month of April in 2025, and um, I'm using a deck. I think it's called the Witch's Tarot. I think that's what it's called. It's a pretty deck. The artist does a good job, and tarot readers just collect decks. We can't help it. Now, in the meantime, at this table, the most popular reading is, especially for first timers, is an astrology reading. Because I call it an astrology reading, because I use an astrology horoscope pattern to lay the cards down. In other words, I'm going to lay them down in an appropriate place 1 through 12. Okay, the Babylonians decided that this was a representation of the heavens. Oh, that's what they decided. And they divided the circle, because there's those stars up in here. They divided the circle into 12 slices of pie, because that's what it looks like. It looks like a big pie from Costco that you can get 12, you can feed 12 people out of. So, second house, they're labeled. Each one of these sections is labeled. This second house is about your money, your finances, your values. Third house is about, well, actually, your communication and intellect and siblings and how you PR, are your public relations speeches good? You know what I'm saying? If you have to talk, are you confident and kind? That's all. Okay, fourth house is your home, family. Fifth house is romance and creativity. Seventh house is marriage partnerships and business partnerships. So it sheds a light on each one of these categories and it illuminates what's going on in your category you might not even be aware of. Okay, but it's an incredible organizational system. I will say that because I really like it. So we're going to shuffle. We're going to cut. I hope you're having a beautiful day today because it's beautiful day. It's a beautiful day outside today and yesterday. So I hope you have a good life and you're surviving the turmoil that we're living through. Okay. And one more shuffle. Oh, I'm going to say a little prayer. Okay. Now, Virgos are logical and they're detail oriented, and they are, well, they're all about. I guess I can say they're the kind of the sign of the nurse because it's a sign of service. People in service industries may or may not have a service streak in their bodies, but Virgos are known to be comfortable with a service kind of a serving humanity kind of a job. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to cut them 3 times, just like the books say. That, and then we're going to. Ready? Happy birthday, Virgo. Well, when you get there. This is only April. All right. Oh, Honey Bunch. I am really sorry. This is a very sad card. So, are some of you undergoing some depressing kind of a situation? Are you unhappy with your job, your truck, your kids, your money, all that? Are they? I'm sorry. So, actually, when the first house, when this horoscope reading is in, oh, like in a horoscope shape, um, first house is what's on your mind the most. So there are situations that are on your mind that do not make you happy at all. I am sorry. Okay, second house is your own money. Now this Page of Cups is pages are all about messages. Oh, Lordy God. Honey bunch. Wow. Oh. Oh. The shadow side. Okay. The money. Well, this is happy. It makes you happy to give money to your children. That's what this looks like to me. Makes you happy to give money to people that you love. If they earn it, if they deserve it, if they pay it back or don't pay it back, whatever your, agreement is. And this is what you most love and what you most hate. In a regular deck, it would be a picture of the devil on it. That's what it would be. So your money is bedeviling you right now, probably because you're giving away. Somebody needed some money from you, and they needed a lot of your help that was complicated and troublesome. And, I hope everything works out the way you want it. So you're probably doing something for somebody. And people are, I'm equating this with the lack of money. That's what I'm equating it with. Because here it is, there's the money. Okay, third house is, oh my gosh, look at this. You talk a good game. This is an excellent card. And this is about, it's called the world. And you have a pretty good life and you have made some good decisions. And you are able to speak with intellectual and capable ideas to help other people. Isn't that interesting? Okay, fourth house. Okay, so are you guys moving? Okay, because here's a four, what's a Four of Cups, obviously. Oops. And this particular person right here is playing the role of the Virgo. And in front of this particular person are three cups, but they're empty. And the person who's been in charge of these cups has now decided that they've exhausted their use and he's not happy with them anymore. And he needs a change and he needs a little boost and he needs a little help. So who does that sound like? Sounds like what you're going through right now. And next to him, though, is someone who he cannot see because she's a mermaid. So she cannot be seen by the human eye. That's a legend, right? Until full moon on the Valentine's Day or something like that. And she's got another cup ready just to help him on his way. So what I'm going to say is, no. Fifth house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, oh, okay. This is romance and creativity. And there may be some I hate to say this, but to me, this is like you're making a decision about whether you're going to leave your lover. Because this person is driving the chariot. Sort of. Mostly he's got, well, what looks like a club in his hand or a sword. But he doesn't really have reins. He's not really directing the horses. So one horse wants to go that way and the other horse wants to go this way. So that tells me in your house of romance, part of you wants to go that way and the other part of you wants to go that way. So part of you wants to stay, part of you wants to leave. Okay, are they lying to you at work? Did they tell you lies? Are you not? The moon. Well, first of all, one of the first things that people learn about the moon is that it really does not have its own light. It looks to us like it's shining, but really, it's just a reflection of the sun. The sun's shining. The sun's shining on it, so it picks up the light and it broadcasts it to Earth. So right away, it's an illusion, right? It's an illusion. Illusions sometimes are lies. Whew, okay, seventh house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Seventh house is marriage partnerships and business partnerships. Now, in your mind, you think you're a fabulous mate. You do. And you probably are fabulous. 8th house is money from other people. Ain't no money coming from anybody else. This is a two. You can't see it coming. However, this card, how shall I do that? This card shows a woman who's blindfolded and has two swords. She's just sitting on a trunk or on a rock here, sort of a throne, maybe a stone throne. And oh, look, there are little fairies around her. And then there's a lake or a pond or the sea and the hills. So she cannot see where she is. And she can't see what's behind her and she can't see what's in front of her. However, in reality, all she has to do, see, these fairies are willing to help her. All she has to do is put her swords down and take off her blindfold, and she will know exactly what to do. Now, we're talking about her money. So she's probably, if we're talking about your money, you probably are fearful of making a decision for fear it will affect your money, and not in a good way. Otherwise, if it was going to affect you in a good way, you'd do it, right? So, look, these things are giving me a problem. Well, actually, all these are, because 1, 2, 3 cards of the major arcana and another card of somebody who doesn't really want to make a move. So you might be breaking up with your boyfriend, but you don't really see the situation clearly for some reason. You don't see the situation clearly. Let's see, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Seventh house is marriage partnerships and business partnerships. That's okay if somebody wants a partner. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Philosophy, religion, higher education, and long distance travel. All right, you Virgos out there, in the month of April, this stuff is coming. Stuff is coming at you. So you may find that yourself that you can take another school course in order to increase your increase your pay, or um, increase your ability to service patients and customers, okay? And there are places that you want to go to visit, and those are coming, okay? All right, this is your 10th house. So those things might peek open your your landscape in front of you, or the path in front of you. Okay. Oh God, look, what is this? Okay, now we got a great card in your career. So somebody likes you at work. They like you at work. 1, 2, 3, 4. And okay, because this because this guy is getting a free cup for being good, and it's going to help him. And it's going to maybe the situation at work is already good. Well, it's just going to get better. Okay, it's just going to get better. Doesn't necessarily mean but oh boy, you know why? Oh, because you may be able to, this may be a more longer term uh, job than you may have thought. Okay, because they want to keep you. Okay, 11th house. Oy, long term plans. And oh, long term plans and friends from previous employers. Well, you don't have any friends. You tend, let's put it this way, you tend not to take friends from previous employers with you when you go, meaning you don't take their phone number, you don't call them again, you don't, none of that. And it's the ending. There are lots of places, oh, how should I say this? If it's the 11th house of friends and long term plans, you know what? You would like to have a long term plan, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you like to have a long term plan? But no matter what happens, your long term plan goes, it just fizzles at the moment. Just fizzles. And it might just be that way for a little while longer. Okay, 12th house. Okay, when you go to sleep at night, you worry. It's a characteristic of lots of people. You worry, and it's a burden, because the things you worry about, you really cannot do anything about. They're they weigh you down. Okay, now you're not asking me how to stop that, but I'm going to give you a clue. One of the most effective ways to uh, shove aside your worries and your fears and your the monotony of life is count your blessings. I'm serious as a heart attack. Count your blessings. Because just counting the blessings, oh, I have gas in my car. Oh, I have groceries. Oh, my kids are healthy. Oh, my husband has a job, or he doesn't have a job. And. So count your blessings. And believe it or not, you'll feel the relief washing over your head for sure. And the tension in your face and your jaws and your neck and your shoulders and your arms will recede, and you will be able to sleep. Weirdo perspective, because in other decks, this person is on the high ground and all these sticks are on the low ground. So in a regular deck, the low ground will be down here and he'd be up there, right? However, it means that this person still has the high ground and he is going to persevere. in this particular conflict. Let me get a modifier on it. Oh, God. I don't like that one. Oi. Okay. Well, you're going to persevere. And you might be getting more conscientious about where your money goes. This guy's hanging on to his money. Or B, he might be hanging on to some money for particular reasons. In other words, you're not getting this, but you can get the other part. And this guy right here is, well, he's honing his skills. Actually, in the official card reader tarot book of explanations of cards, he's actually improving his performance by practice. That's what he's doing. He's practicing here to improve his performance. So there might be some. So you're in a conflict, and it may cost you some money. Oh, well, what I just thought of was, what's this fella doing? He's writing. So it might take, if it is a legal problem or a police problem, you may require research and pressing charges. It might. I'm not, this can't be appropriate for every Virgo in America. Worst, and he's in charge of fertility and the birds and the bees and all that kind of thing. So I think you have a fruitful imagination, and I think that this is your way of saying that the world, you tell yourself, the world, oh well, compared to previous events in your life, you're in a good place in spite of all these problems here. You're still in a good place. Better off today than you were 20 years ago. Okay, fourth house is your home. Now, he's got a problem and he's bored, and somebody's ready to give him another cup to kind of boost him along his way. Okay? So, now this is the fourth house, and this is the 10th house. So, even though these are opposites, they're still connected because they're opposite. So what I'm thinking is this person who's getting a boost directly because of work, or it directly involves work. So somebody at work let's pretend it's this. Somebody at work put in a good word for you, and now it's the happiness and goodness is spread all through the office. So might be good for what do you call that? A promotion. I don't know. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fifth house. Are you planning on leaving your girlfriend or your boyfriend? Because this chariot, one horse that way, one horse that way. activities going on at work that concern you, but the bosses are keeping their lips zipped. Even if it's a good thing the bosses are saying about you, their lips are zipped until they're ready to make an announcement. Secrecy is the order of the day. Okay, 7th house is marriage partnerships and business partnerships. If you want to be in marriage, you're a good candidate. But do you want to be? Okay. 6, 7, 8. 8th house is money from other people. Don't think there's going to be any income tax check or inheritance check anytime soon. You're obviously not looking for it. This is a blindfold here. Okay, 9th house, philosophy, religion, higher education, and long distance travel. And those are all topics that you would like to pursue when you get the opportunity. So it looks like they're coming. The opportunity is coming. It's just not today, but it could be in a year, 2, 3 years. But because you kind of have to put it on your agenda. You have to put it on a vision board and hang it up and put it on the desk in front of you where you work, on the wall. That's how you get stuff to happen. Look at it every day. Look at it every day. Okay, that's your career. And then we got 11th house is death. So I think that when you left previous employers, that you didn't take any friends with you, or if you did, it was very few. And that death card means that long-term, there haven't been any long-term plans because of circumstances. Let's just put that way, because of circumstances. So 12th house, count your blessings when you go to sleep at night. You will be remarkably benefited. It will be remarkable, I promise. Okay, now, it relieves the ache and burden. So if this is you, you're going to come out on top when it comes to work and other situations. And this situation with the money is, I think that if it requires money, you're willing to, I can't even call it invest. You're willing to set aside some money for this problem. And, it might take a little more time than you want it to. Time and thinking and outsmarting somebody. Okay? All right. Thanks. That's Virgo. That's April of 2025. I really appreciate you coming to my table tonight, and thank you very much for your time. I hope this was helpful for you. Okay. Love you. Bye.